Environmental justice is social justice. Often what happens is that low wealth communities and communities of color are disproportionately dumped on. My name is Chandra Taylor. I'm a senior attorney at Southern Environmental Law Center. Social justice is important to me because I saw people who worked really hard but still did not always make ends meet. I grew up in Kinston, North Carolina. Kinston is not a place where there's a lot of economic opportunity. It's a part of the South that was affected by the closure of textile mills. My mom worked at the local shirt factory. When that went away, there weren't many things for people to do in order to earn a great living. I knew, even though I can say I never felt like I went without, I was also aware that, there was a more wealthy side of town. I wanted to do public service work. I was very specific about wanting to do work representing communities of color and low wealth communities. And I'm going to do it in the state of North Carolina because this is the place that I love. One of the recent and important cases that I've been working on is the Alcoa case. The plant's been closed for almost 2 decades and the jobs left with it, but what's left is the contamination. This is an environmental injustice case. This is an old aluminum smelter that is directly adjacent to an African American community. It is right across the street from Baden Lake. It is directly adjacent to Little Mountain Creek, and it is definitely impacting this local community in multiple ways.
I worked at the Alcoa plant for 32 years, 10 months, and I didn't know of all the hazardous material that was coming out of it. And we were concerned because of all the sicknesses and illnesses from people that worked inside the plant. We had a lot of cancer in this area.
This plant is incredibly close to the neighborhood where people live, raise their families, as well as this unlined landfill that concerned citizens of West Baden want dealt with.
I want the trash dump dug up and cleaned up. They discharged a lot of hazardous material there a long time ago. When it was closed, it was just covered up with dirt. It's unlined also. We don't know what's going on underground. The pipe you see there is nothing was ever said about it until the concerned citizens of West Baden, along with the Southern Environmental Law Center and the Environmental Justice Network, started talking about these areas that need to be cleaned up. We would have never hired lawyers because we couldn't afford it.
I've been working in the West Baden community for almost 7 years, doing impact litigation, doing work that's changing systems. It doesn't happen overnight. There's so many contaminated sites across the Southeast that will never be fully or properly addressed without the assistance of great communities and great lawyers working together. I'm doing the work in Baden that I always saw myself doing. I feel very fortunate that I'm able to do this type of work, that I'm at an organization that has the vision that we can expect more from our government, that has the vision that polluters should be accountable, that is not afraid to take on huge corporations, that's not afraid to take on administrations that don't do what they should do to protect the environment, the healthy environment that we're all entitled to. That's why I'm driven to go above and beyond.